All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Good evening. Happy Monday, happy new week. My name is Elite Pierre, founder of Favorite International. Welcome to part 3 of the personal branding webinar training series brought to you by Favorite International every Monday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Definitely want to thank each and every one of you for your time, your attention, and your commitment to your success in building your personal brand. I'm messaging back and forth with our guest speaker. What email did you send it to? We got Mr. Akil Bey. As you've seen, some of you may have seen the promo video. So we have a special guest this evening that's going to join us on the webinar. So just give me a brief moment while I respond to his email. To his message. But I'm super excited, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Bey, I've been working with him for about a little over a year. Now I think a few years now, 2014 and 2015. We've been running for a little while. Met in network marketing. But as we developed and as we grew, we discovered that personal branding and building a brand and the name for ourselves was just as important, if not more important. I actually believe it's more important than whatever team, whatever company, whatever program you're affiliated with or you're a part of. Because we got to understand that, being a part of something or being partnered with something, it's just like tonight, me and Mr. Bey. Me and Mr. Bey are going to share the platform and talk to you, but I don't belong to him and he don't belong to me, right? We are two separate entities, and it's important that we both individually brand ourselves to reach our target audience. Because as we was discussing, we're in a very similar space, but we're targeting two different audiences. Ladies and gentlemen, and that's why it's not competition. That's why we're able to share a platform like this, and we're able to discuss topics about personal branding without kind of stepping on each other's toes. Because we're both targeting different people to offer a different service or provide them support in different ways in their branding. So I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen. I'm super excited. For those of you just joined, my name is Elite Pierre, founder of Favorite International, and this is week 3 of developing your personal brand development, building your personal brand. So week 1, let's just do a recap while I'm waiting on Mr. Bey to join in. Week 1, we talked about discovering your passion. So if you missed that webinar, I really need you to go back and revisit that. You can find it on YouTube. If you go to favoriteinternational.com, that's favoredintl.com. You can actually get the podcast of that training too. You can listen to it, in the car radio, on the go, put it on your mobile device, whatever works for you. All right, yes, Mr. Bey, welcome to the call. He's in there. All right, you're muted right now, Mr. Bey. There you go.
Outstanding. I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia, the business district, talking to one of my mentors. Y'all probably don't recognize this guy, but just know he overrides a network marketing company, the whole company, one of the youngest multi-millionaires in our profession. You want to introduce yourself, brother?
Hey, man, Chris Childs. Nice to meet y'all, man. Y'all connected with one of the best in the game sitting here, man. Akil Bey, man. We've been rocking for a minute, so it's a privilege to be working with this guy. I don't know who's on the line here, but it's a privilege to be working with this guy right here.
Wow.
Yeah, if y'all don't know this gentleman, y'all best to get to know him. Some of the people that myself has followed in the past in other companies. This guy right here actually put them on. Some of the faces y'all see on the internet, this guy right here actually put them on. So, right here, this guy right here, I'm gonna tell you, this guy is definitely a genius. A genius.
Man.
He's not just a master entrepreneur, but he's a genius. Mr. Chris Childs, go ahead and send him a friend request on Facebook. Wow. Contact him on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and you type in his name, y'all will figure out who he is. And y'all be like, man, Akil is plugged up with him.
For real though.
Hey, we good. Hey, brother. Hey, right after this, we gonna Yeah.
Hey, I wrote your name down, Mr. Childs. I'll be reaching out to you.
Okay, man. Nice meeting all y'all, man.
Definitely. Hey, Mr. Bey, so real quick, I'm just doing a recap of the previous week. So, get everybody spun up. If this is your first time attending this webinar series, again, we talked about discovering your passion in week 1. What is it that you love to do? What could you see yourself doing every single day for the rest of your life? What could you talk about every single day for the rest of your life? And the example I was just giving on the coaching call that I did right before this is I said, this is an Android phone. If my passion is Android phone, some of y'all might be iPhone users. That's okay. Everybody to each its own. But let's say an Android phone was, you were just passionate about it. Everything about it. You love it. You know its capabilities, and you could talk about this thing 24/7. You can actually start to build a brand around that information that you've collected over the years, being a customer of an Android phone, right? Being a user of an Android phone, you've collected a lot of data, you've collected a lot of intelligence. I'm sure you've made connections with other people around that topic, around that niche. And you can actually start to brand yourself around that specific product or that specific space because you love it so much. And again, this has nothing to do with the phone. I want y'all to understand it's not about the product. It has nothing to do with the product. It's about you. It's about what's your passion, what do you love to do, and what can you see yourself diving 100% all in, committed to doing every day. That was week 1. So if you missed that training, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to go over that all over again. That's already in the books. Go back and watch week 1, discovering your passion. Week 2, this was last week, ladies and gentlemen. We're only in week 3 of this. Week 2, we talked about week 1 we talked about passion, and we talked about identifying your strengths. So what are your strengths around that passion? What are you good at? Because your passion is typically tied directly to your strengths and what you're good at. So week 2, we talking about telling your story. All right, telling your story. What are you good at ties right into week 2, because what are you comfortable at? A lot of people aren't comfortable getting in front of a camera like this yet. A lot of people aren't comfortable standing in front of a room full of people and speaking about what they're passionate about yet. We can get you there. We're going to get you there. But starting off, you have to start somewhere with a medium, whether it be written, blogs, whether it be posting long term on Facebook, because Facebook, there's no limit to characters. You can tell a whole story on Facebook, whether it's recording an audio, a podcast, whether it's recording a video like this, YouTube, Periscope, live Facebook. There's so many mediums that you can use to tell your story. And that's step 2. That's what we talked about in week 2, identifying what medium you're actually going to start telling your story on, because you can start that tonight. Tonight, we can get off this webinar. You've already written down what you love to do and your passion. Tonight, you can actually go on Facebook, record a video, and broadcast it and start telling your story. Just start getting your story out there, right? We talked about that in week 2, so I need y'all to go back and listen to that training. Powerful, powerful information, ladies and gentlemen. In week 3, we are here with a special guest, Mr. Akil Bey, 11-year entrepreneur. He spent 4 years in the Marine Corps, military man. So he has that discipline. He has that mindset. He knows what it takes to be successful. If you haven't been to his website, I need y'all to write this down. www.akilbey.com. It's that simple. AKILBEY.com. Now I'm gonna pause for a second to prove if y'all don't leave with nothing tonight, understand the importance of buying your name as a domain. Mr. Bey had that domain for a long time. Y'all might just now know about the domain, but I'm telling you, I told y'all we've been connected for a couple years. He owns that domain, knowing that one day we're gonna roll this bad boy out when it's time.
Not only that, Mr. Pierre, don't just get your domain name, but doing business as well for your name and copyright your name.
Yes.
Because business, you definitely want to copyright your name and do doing business as.
Yes.
Make it a business. So now you have full ownership of your name. Your name is, you could trademark your name, get a logo for your name. Yep. Now no one else can touch that, which is you.
Yup. And this is future training. I mean, we taking y'all into the future real quick. Social media, if you can get as close to your name locked down on every social media network before you can't do it. Again, this is 2016, ladies and gentlemen. If your name is, John Smith, forget about it. But if your name is Akil Bey, ain't nobody got Akil Bey unless they hating on Akil and they're gonna try to, do some interference. They're gonna try to run some interference, some defense from allowing him to fully reach his potential and his blessing. But that's important too. Lock down everything that is you, because again, this is all about personal branding. We are going to help you establish a base and a foundation around your passion, and guess who it promotes? You. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is week 3, personal branding part 3. I'm excited. I'm excited to have a special guest on the call. I'm thankful for Mr. Bey. I'm thankful for your time. I'm looking down at you in the corner like, I'm thankful for your time. I'm thankful for everything that you do for our industry. And everything that, I got my notepad and pen. I'm about to flip. I got a couple pages here because, like I said, I was just on a coaching call. So I'm taking notes. I'm here to be a student, ladies and gentlemen, because this man is one of my personal mentors. I look up to him. I know he has a lot of value to bring, and that's exactly why I invited you onto the call. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, strap in your seatbelts, put on your helmets, because it's about to be a bumpy ride. But sometimes, sometimes we need them bumps. Sometimes we need them bumps. I know Eric Thomas said a lot of us, we want to be a diamond until it's time to get cut. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know before diamond gets into its finest form that you see on K-Jewelry, on the commercials and everything, there's a lot of heat, pressure, and pain that piece of coal had to go through, and understand this is part of the process. This might not be for you. This might not be for you, but it is. We're about to give you some tools that's going to help you establish your personal brand. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Akil Bey.
Man, I appreciate, the introduction, brother. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. And that's one of those words that you spell it backwards, it still mean the same thing. Wow. I'm very excited about being here. I'm actually at my office. I'm in the VIP room of the business district in Atlanta, Georgia, where, all the entrepreneurs, as a unit, we all come here and we use this facility. We all have we have worked together. The main thing is we have different people in different businesses that's using this facility. There's actually an event going on right now in our main room with guests and business owners and top producers, TLC, other travel companies, my travel company, a whole bunch of different network marketing companies and entrepreneurs that we use this facility, but we all come together as one. And that's the main thing, number one thing that I teach. It don't matter what company you in, no matter what you selling, what team you on, you are an entrepreneur. You are a salesperson. If you like it or not, you are a salesperson, and you have to realize that first before you can even go to the next level, because some of the top leaders, they know they're salespeople, but they don't use that language because it makes people that's new to this profession, it scares them away, so they can't say you're a salesperson. But like Mr. Elise said, this isn't for everyone. So that's the first thing you have to realize. If you plan to do anything big in entrepreneurship, you have to understand you are a salesperson, and as a salesperson, you have the most power in the world, because the world would not be as it is today if it wasn't for a salesperson. Everything around you has been sold to someone, including yourself. You probably the last source that is going to buy, unless you turn around after you get finished with it and sell it again. But we can look at steaks. Let's look at steaks, right? the first thing that has to be sold, you know, and it all comes from God, because God makes it rain, right? The grass, to make the grass grow, right? Somebody owns that land. That land was sold, right, to someone. Then, you know, someone had to turn around and sell the person that has the cattle, you know, sell them on the cattle to come, you know, eat the grass. But the cattle had to be sold. Where did the cattle come from? Well, somebody had to sell someone some cattle, right? And so forth and so on, all the way till you get to your dinner plate, right? And you cut into that nice, you know, a steak is nice and tender, and you take a bite and say, this is some good steak, right? But then guess what you do? After that steak tastes good, you go out and you tell a friend, hey, this restaurant right here got some good steak. You just became a salesperson, male or female, because you just sold the taste of that steak in that restaurant, and that restaurant is going to make some money off of what you told. So embrace being a salesperson, because you are definitely in a power position. So Mr. Elite Pierre, man, I'm ready for your questions. I think that's good enough. I'm just excited, man. I'm excited because I'm going to get into the information, and I'm willing to take any questions as well afterwards or whenever, however you.
All right, you still there? You going to? Okay, there you go. Can you hear me, Mr. Bey?
Are investing their time into the.
All right, can you hear me? You was going in and out for a second.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. So my first question for you, Mr. Bey, is like, what is your passion? Like, just bottom line, what is your passion?
Well, growing up, and most of us go through this, my first passion was music, football and music, and it changed from football to basketball. Music never left that passion. I was actually signed. I actually got a chance to, take part in my passion, my true passion, my first love, which was music. But in that process, I understood the power of music, and the power of music is to help people get through the good times, the bad times, help people celebrate the good times, so I would say my passion is people, making people feel and motivating, inspiring people to do what their dreams, helping people get through their bad times, their sad times, just helping people. That's really my passion. It could be in any form as well. Okay. It don't necessarily have to be sales. It could be me just conversating with somebody on a personal note when they're going through some hard times, Okay. So my passion is people, and I'm a collector of relationships.
There you go. It's funny because this morning when I was at the gym, you know how they play music at the gym, a song came on, and it was an old school jam, and I was like, I was running on a treadmill because wintertime. I hate treadmills, but I got to get my run on. So I'm on a treadmill running. The song come on. I'm like, man, this is my jam. So my partner, we running side by side on two treadmills, and they start talking about they got she had got a record player for Christmas. Her mom gave her a record player, and I started to reflect the exact time, place, and who I was with. When that song was playing, I was like, man, I remember sitting on my grandma's porch with my girlfriend listening to the song. And she was like, yeah, that's the power of music, because the music will touch your soul, and it will literally, leave a memory of where you were at, who you were with, what you were doing, what was going on, what you were wearing, and music kind of ties that in. So, I mean, that reminded me when you said music was your passion, because I knew that. But that just reminded me of this morning when that was confirmed. Like, man, music has a power to reach the soul like nothing else, man.
Oh yeah, that's definitely truth. It's about experiences, Not really the music. It's the experiences you have in doing the music, and the music is just that keynote or that side note that keeps that place in that spectrum of time in which you experience the experience, like right now, this is music, your tonality in which you use, what you speak is music, it just don't have a actual band behind you, but it's still a rhythm to how you do it. Yeah. People always clown about DMX. They're like, man, DMX, he talk like he rap. Well,
That's because that's him.
That's music.
Yes.
No matter who you are, what you do, where you from, you always create music. You know,
Yep.
because music is only a vibration. So are you creating a low vibration or a high vibration?
High vibration.
Exactly.
Wow.
And those high vibrations are always those vibrations that help you remember the point in time of the experiences you are foregoing at that point in time.
I gotta write this down. Are you creating a low vibration or a high vibration?
When people say, hey, I'm, bad vibe. He got a bad vibe. Well, a bad vibe is a low vibration. Oh man, he got a good vibe. Well, that's a higher vibration. And most times, if you into, the sciences, because life is science, I would tell everybody don't miss anything, right? But if you look at a sound wave, it's a line in between the sound wave, and it's like a wave going up, down, up. Matter of fact,
got the whiteboard ready.
Can y'all see that? Can you see that?
I can see the whiteboard. I can't see what you drew.
And I don't have a black marker. But if you can see my hand, it's a line that goes up and down like a wave.
We can see.
Then it's one line that go in between. The lower line is the low vibration, is up beneath the middle line. That means you're not really heard, but the high vibration is what's elevated. So when you listening to a song, for example, when you listening to a song and the beat is hitting, boom, boom, in between the actual bass hits the high vibrations, but anything below that, there's no sound. It's no sound.
Okay.
So that's why they say your voice needs to be heard, right? Mm-hmm. Now most people on a high vibration, the positive people, they are ignorant to negativity. They pay it no mind because it's too low for them to hear.
Wow.
Stay fly like an eagle, right? Yep. Fly like an eagle. An eagle can see what's on the ground, but he can't hear what's on the ground, but they can see what's on the ground. And if they choose to sit down and eat, they can go down there and eat. And that's why most people on higher planes, in different companies, that's why they swoop down and eat off you. If you're not willing to come up to the high vibration, that's why they do it the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule is true, but you can't be manipulated by the 80-20 rule. Oh, we're gonna get into it today. I'm finna tell it real. We're
gonna get into it. Look, now watch this. Couple points I want to hit on everything that you just shared just now is life is music. Every time you speak is music, and it's important that we find our rhythm in what you're doing, because it might feel uncomfortable at first because it's new. So a lot of you who are new in the personal branding, this ties right into it, because once you find your rhythm, and you got to understand, we all have a rhythm. What's your cadence? What's your rhythm? Once you get things moving, once you get that music playing, once you get that beat going, things are going to start happening. Things are going to start happening. Understand that there's a process before you get that rhythm. That's the first point I wanted to make. The second point I wanted to make, when you mentioned the eagle, Mr. Bey, and them eagles tend to swoop down and try to eat stuff off the ground. One thing I learned about eagles, because I studied eagles, y'all gotta understand, we didn't plan this. This is all straight.
This is not scripted.
This is unscripted, uncut. This is raw. Eagles don't eat dead things.
Nope.
They only eat things that have life.
Mm-hmm. So
understand where you are. If you feel like you're being attacked, if you feel like you're being targeted, or you're being spotted by some people who may be portraying themselves as eagles, they know how eagles move. They know how eagles act. They know how eagles think. So it's easy to put on an eagle mask. Be careful. I'm gonna let Mr. Bey tap into this, but they only see you because you are full of life. You're doing the right thing, and that's why people. Mr. Bey, Go ahead. Expound on that, please.
It's so many different ways we can explain this, but I think, you know, this is a mature audience. I got to get close up. This is a mature audience, so we can talk. We could talk grown. And one thing that we all have in common is a mature audience. We have in common is sexual relations, right? So as a mature audience, most people don't know when you have a mate, when you mate with someone, you transfer energy. It's like two sponges going together, transferring fluids or transferring energy. So if you have a person in your life that you are having sexual relations with, and they're down and they're out and you up, well, once you have sexual relations with them, that transfers. So afterwards, you might be feeling down and they might be feeling up, or vice versa. So it just don't happen just with sexual relations, but it's in all things. That's why I say they feed off of your energy. Negative energy will make you tired. Positive energy will boost you up, right? So you have to find out who is around you, because those people that know they have negative energy, right? They portray themselves as eagles. They're only looking to get your positive energy because you're brand new, excited, just got started. You excited, so they're gonna feed off of your energy. And once you lose your energy, they're gonna go to the next person with the new energy and go eat off of them too.
And this is what they train. If you think about it, this is what they teach. They teach to take the newest person and then move to the next newest person.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, ladies and gentlemen. We just got to understand the psychological aspect of what's going on around you. Mr. Bey hit on a very key point that I want to elaborate on, was your surroundings. I heard a story. I'm trying to think of who taught it. I can't remember who told it. I think it was Mr. Brian Bean. He said, let's say me, I'm a basketball player, right? Let's say I'm all right, I'm good. I hoop every week with my friends. We go to the court, we get it in. But this week right here, Monday, this week, I'm hooping with LeBron. Me and LeBron gonna get it in all week, right? I'm hooping, me, Pierre, hooping with LeBron. Follow me here. Two things are happening. Me and LeBron playing basketball together. I'm playing with LeBron, I'm getting better. Right? LeBron playing with me, he getting worse. Two things are happening at the same time. LeBron playing with me, I'm playing with him, because his skill level is better than mine. I'm getting better. And because my skill level is lower than his, he's getting worse. Both things are happening at the same time. So what happens next week when I start hooping with my boys again? Oh man, I'm killing them. I'm hitting the shots. I'm dunking. You know what I mean? I'm stealing the ball. I'm throwing their stuff in the bleachers. I'm killing them. They're like, man, where you been? Don't worry about that. I've been working. But when LeBron go to his game, or he go to his practice, or he go to his off season, he's horrible compared to his level of skill, right? He's getting his stuff knocked in the bleachers. He's missing his shots just because he's been playing with me this whole time. Ladies and gentlemen, this same thing is happening in your life. This exact same thing is happening in your life. The people that you are spending time with, they're either lifting you up or tearing you down. One of those things are happening. That's why they say, you know, you got to surround yourself around positive people. That's why they say you got to stay around high energy. Why? Because if they're not if they're not feeding you, they're eating off you. If they're not feeding you, they're eating off you. One of those things are happening all the time. You did, Mr. Bey?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just had another leader come in. Another one of our partners, Mr. Ray Arnold, one of the six-figure earners. You know, I'm telling y'all, it's real around here. Atlanta, we all stick together. Mr. Ray Arnold behind me.
What's up, bro? You killing?
Surrounding yourself with success, right?
Yeah, you got to. They have to be on your level or above your level. They have to be on your level above it. Yeah.
I swear I was thinking.
Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you because it had to be on your level or above your level. If they're not, you can spend time with people below you and try to lift them up to your level if they willing.
If they willing.
But I spend most of my time with people that's above me or on my same level because we have to get better and every day. And if I'm not spending time with anyone, I'm reading a book, you know, or listening to audio, doing something that makes me better.
We gotta have balance. We have to because once you put on an entrepreneur hat and you decide that this is what you want to do, you want to brand yourself, you want to put yourself out in the world to bring value. You got to know that everything you do, all your time, we only get paid. We only got 24 hours a day, and how you spend your time is going to dictate your success. We ain't got time to be maintaining those same relationships that's not providing value. So, Mr. Bey, I know we pushing time. So I want to move on to my next question and bring it back to you. We talked about your passion. Your passion is connecting with people. Your passion is music, of course. Your first passion is football, basketball, music. Music is always going to be your heart, but basically being able to provide value to people and connect with people and grow those relationships. Let me ask you this question: What are your strengths tied around that passion? Like what do you find as a strength that allows you to really accomplish or live that dream?
Well, I would say the strength is being confident.
Okay.
Being confident. You have to be confident in anything that you do. You know, most times we are confident in things that we are used to doing, you know, or we are taught to do. You know, you was taught to know how to put on your pants. You was taught to know how to tie your shoes. You was taught to know how to brush your teeth, wash your face, take a shower. Taught to how to use a fork, use a spoon. Talking to people come naturally. Mm-hmm. You really wasn't taught how to talk to people. You was taught how to talk and speak, but you wasn't really taught how to, you know, mingle with people. Mm-hmm. Right? You had to go to school, so that was something you learned on your own. Yep. So as you grow up, you know, the different people in your life, or depending on how you grew up, your social status as you was growing up, people are still stuck in those places in which their past are keeping them. Okay, wow. For example, you grow up, quote unquote nerd. Everybody makes fun of you. Nobody want to be your friend. You grow up, right? And most of the time, you stay within yourself. You are scared to talk to people because you are scared of denial. You don't talk to people because you are scared that someone will not accept you for who you are. Mm-hmm. Then it can work opposite, right? It all depends on you, right? Yep. You can grow up not saying nothing to no one, picked on, and turn out to be somebody great. Yeah. Right? You might grow up to be the best known person in the world, but your head get too big, and when you grow up, guess what? And now you just a bum on the street because your head got too big. Yeah. You still living in the past, right? Or you can grow up and just keep on getting better and better and better, and you know, be more comfortable talking to people. But you have anything that you do, you have to have confidence. And I feel like, you know, that's my most your question is my most powerful asset. I feel is confidence. I feel like, and of course the Marine Corps instilled that into me. I can do anything that I put my mind to, point blank period. I've jumped out of planes, I jumped off cliffs, I hung from helicopters, like anything that you probably can think of, I've probably done. I rode a bull before. I've done some crazy stuff in my life. But I'm not scared. Now, did it hurt in some of those instances? Did I get hurt? Did I almost die? Yeah, I have. Yeah. But I'm still alive, so that gives me more confidence. Baby, you got to have confidence.
Yes, yes. Let me ask you this question, Mr. Bey. Did you always have that? Was that always there?
You know what? Growing up, in my, like, you know, my background is a little bit different because I was raised by a single mother. And I had 6 uncles. all different ages, all different genres of music. Grew up in the projects. Then me and my mother, we moved around. I went to like 18 different schools growing up. I lived in 3 different cities, from Chicago to Peoria, back to Chicago, then to Gary, Indiana. And I never really built relationships growing up as a kid until I got to Gary, because Gary, Indiana is so small. So I grew up on one side, going to one, elementary school, then moved to another side, went to a middle school, and then I moved to another side to go to high school. But it's so small, everybody know each other. So I built relationships. But then when I got into the Marine Corps, I built more relationships. Growing up, did I listen to people and do the wrong stuff? Yeah, I did. Every kid does, right? But doing the stuff that I did, going through those things, I had to have confidence, because I was moving around too much. Like, I couldn't go to a new school and not say nothing. Then the bully was gonna think I was a punk. I used to fight every time I transferred school. I knew I was gonna get into a fight when I went to that new school. So I had to be confident. I'm the only child on my mother's side. I had to be confident. I had no big brothers on my mother's side. I had to be confident, right? I like, for real. My mother was the only woman that raised me. I had to be the man of the house. I had to be confident. So I look at every experience in your life that you have went through, use that as your confidence booster.
Because you're still here.
Yeah, you still here. You still here. If you really look at it, listen, you could have been many yous that you could have been, but you are you, so why aren't you confident?
Ooh, hold on. You could have been many yous that you could have been, but you are you. So why don't you be confident in you?
You won a race. And that's for my mature audience. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, when your father, when you was conceived, it was many sperms that went to the egg, but you won. Congratulations.
Congratulations, you made it. That's what exactly what
Be great. Be great, because you are.
My mentor, and most of y'all who follow Gary Vaynerchuk, a lot of my training is based around his training. That's my coach. That's my mentor. Y'all follow him on social media. Follow him on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and especially Snapchat. If you don't already, make sure that you do that tonight. All right, so he said he did, matter of fact, and it's crazy that it's Monday. I don't know what's special about Monday. That's why I start doing these things on Monday. But he made a Monday video, and it's basically, I'm going to make Monday Saturday morning. Like
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
He said, "Forget you, Monday." It's like I'm gonna make Monday my pump, right?
Hey, if you notice, Monday is a lot of Monday a lot of inspirational, motivational, people's are the days that they do what they do, because Monday is the worst day for the average person.
It is. Les Brown said that Monday morning statistically is the day that has
the most heart attacks.
The most heart attacks happen on Monday.
Yep.
Because people are dreading all weekend having to go back to their regular life.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. He said, man, you could have been a bus. You could have been a tree. Your mom and dad could have had sex 5 minutes later and you wouldn't even exist. That's how real it is. Like we here.
Yeah.
We here. And deep down inside, and that's what I love about what we got going on right now. Deep down inside, we all have something that we want to do. We love to do. I mean, if you could think about how happy your life would be if you had the freedom, if money wasn't an issue, if time wasn't an issue, if you had the freedom to do whatever it is that you wanted to do every single day of your life. Like when you wake up tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning, when you wake up tomorrow, your whole entire life is by design. Whatever you got going on in the morning is what you put on your schedule. Whatever you got going on for lunch, spend time with your significant others, spend time with your children, whatever you got to do, have a business meeting, it's all by your design. The evening, the night, like everything that, if you had the freedom, imagine that, how happy life would be if you had the freedom to do whatever it is you want to do. Like I said, that's what I really that's why I'm really passionate about what we got going on here, is because this is going to afford people the opportunity to really, really live that, like the dream, whatever it is. I don't know what success means to each and every one of you watching. I don't know what that means to you. You have to find that out for yourself. But it's important that we discover what that is and we fully pursue that. We fully pursue that. Yeah, you're gonna have to go to a job. We're not knocking jobs. Jobs are good because they pay bills. But we gotta understand that if you are not like 100%, and I'll give you an example of my mentor. He had a wine show. He was in the wine industry, right? Became the thought leader, or became the specialist in the wine industry, right? And the moment where he lost 1% of happiness in that space, I mean 1%, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about 99% happy, 1% unhappy. It's time to do something different. I mean, it doesn't happen instantly. The transition isn't instant. There's a few things that has to happen, especially if you're not in a position to make that transition. But understand that as soon as you discover that this thing is not fully satisfying you 100%, something has to change, and you have to start taking action and put yourself in a position to get to where you want to be. All right, so I talked about your passion, Mr. Bey. We talked about your strengths. Let's talk about what platforms you're on. You're all over social media, right? Where can we find Mr. Akil Bey?
Okay, well, first and foremost, you want to go to my website because you have to brand yourself. So why would I promote, and that's what I want to teach you all. Why promote any company? Why promote any other platform first and not promote your own? So you always, and this is the lesson while I'm giving the information. So as you learn, you'll understand what it is, why is it, and the philosophy behind it. Okay, so I want you all to listen close. So first of all, you branded yourself. So why would you promote any company, quote unquote, company name, any other platform, Facebook, Twitter, all of that? No, you're going to promote your own website. You definitely need your own website. So the first place you can find me at is akilbey.com, AKILBEY.com, akilbey.com. The second place you can find me. The second place should be the place of social media, because that's where the most other traffic comes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, okay, and Periscope, right? Those are the 4 that I use. You can use multiple ones if you choose to use multiple ones. And I know Mr. Pierre been telling me to get on that other joint. I haven't got on it yet.
What is it? What I've been telling you to get on?
The storyboard joint, the 15. Yeah, Snapchat.
All
so
right.
That's gonna be the next one I can get on. But every social media site should be the same for your actual name. So mine is One King Bey. So on every social media site you can find me on is the number 1 KINGBEY. So all my social medias is the number 1 King Bey. So all your social media sites should be the same. Then the third place you can find me at is my company, but I don't give that out. Why? Because first of all, I don't want people to do research on my company and not research me first.
Wow.
You need to see who I am first and make a decision if I'm the type of person you want to do business with first. Now, if you know me and say, "Oh, I know Akil, I know him, I know Mr. Bey, yeah, I know some people, growing up, I know Tone, right? Yeah, you probably know me, but you don't know me now today, right? So you need to find out who I am today so you can make a decision. And then once you make a decision, you want to work with me, then go through one of those forms to contact me so I can personally give you that information for my company. So I never, ever, and I just learned this, I never, promote a company. I promote myself, and then I promote the forms on where you can find me at. From that point, we'll get to the next. So you got to go through step 1 and step 2, and then we'll see if you can make it to step 3. You should do the same.
That's deep. That's deep. And we have a range of audience. We have some people who's in network marketing that watch these webinars. We have people who's not in network marketing and are just built in a traditional business. And we have people who just have a story to be told, like they want to write a book, or they want to, they want to get some exposure for whatever their project is. So, that applies to anything.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same.
Because if you're writing a book, you're not going to talk about your publisher first.
You're not going to talk about your publisher.
You're going to talk about you first. You got to tell your story, right? You got to tell your story.
That's it.
Your story should be on your website. Contact you directly first, then go through the other forms, the Facebook, Twitter, and all that to get a little bit more information.
Yeah.
And then at that point, then I send you to my book. I show you where you can purchase my book, or if you want to invest in my book, right? Or you want to find a publisher because you want to do some partner deal, some sponsorship to my publisher to sponsor me. It's the same exact system.
And man, think about an artist. Am I going to publish me as an artist, or am I going to publish the label?
Yeah. Because guess what? The label is doing the exact opposite. It's like a battle. It's like a battle. It's almost a war. It's a good war, but it's a struggle. It's a love war. It's a love-hate relationship, because it's a struggle. The artists want to make the money, and the label want to make the money, but the label know that the music industry is designed to make the artist famous but not rich.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing in any industry. It's designed to make you famous, make you known, put out your name in network marketing. Unless you own your own company, in network marketing, you can get a big name real quick. But it's hard for you. They don't really want you to get rich. They don't want everybody to get rich. But we finna switch that. They might tell you they want you to get rich, but they don't want you to get rich, because once you get rich, now you can brand yourself, and now you have the power outside of the company. Now, like, if you decide to leave, the whole team leave. That's why when you get to top positions in top companies, they have you sign this disclosure statement in these contracts. Yep. So you leave, because now the company have to brand you with the company. They can't just brand the company. They have to put you on the company's website. And if anybody goes to that company and sign up from that company, now they have to put those people under the leaders that's in those organizations that's on their website. Yeah. This is next level type of training, y'all. I believe everybody that's on this webinar is ready for the next level. So you might hear some things here that might discourage you from network marketing, or might elevate you in network marketing. It might help you get to where you're trying to get to in business, or it might discourage you from being a business owner. But it's the truth.
There you go.
And we have to give you the truth so you can make the decisions that you feel is best for your life. Mr. Pierre.
I'm learning so much. Because you made a good point with the avenue that you want to take to tell, not only to tell your story, but to market whatever it is you're doing. Like, why am I going to market this cell phone before I market me? Because I need you to buy into me before you buy this phone.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go get this phone from anywhere.
It's an emotional attachment.
Yeah.
It's an emotional attachment. If everything was logical, like Mr. Jim Rome said, man will ride side saddle. If everything was logical, everybody go join a company that get paid on bills, because you have to pay bills. Yep. But I have to tell the story, because story sells.
Yep.
It's about the story. It's not about what makes sense. No, it's not. That's not how the world works. The world works on what emotions. The reason they say your reason why. Why is the reason that keeps you in a business, right? But then they turn around. I'm gonna tell you something. Then they turn around and use that same emotion and tell you don't get emotionally attached to the business. Well, it started off being emotional. You have to. I want you all to really listen to every word that's being said, because you can actually use those same words to build your business, but train your team on why and how to use it, so the people that you're using it on will understand and won't feel a certain way after they figure it out on their own. Like, if you didn't know that and you hearing it from me now you feel a certain way because somebody that brought you into a business.
Yep.
But it's based on emotions.
It is.
To do or to don't. I don't know, but the story is this. we have to be honest behind the emotions. We have to be honest because the emotions is what's the glue to holding everything together. Emotions, and that's overall in life. Logic is second to emotion. Emotion is always number one.
It is, and that's why they tell us to tell stories. Stories. You know, facts tell, stories sell. Tell your story, because when people make purchasing decisions, it's an emotional decision. But we not in person, we in business. So is it personal or is it business? And where does the line draw?
Well, you know, it's all psychological. You know, when you talk about a psychological business, you know, you're talking about, you know, emotions. Yep. Because that's the only thing psychological, you know, because your brain moves off of emotion. Of course, you know, you have the right side and the left side, but most of the time you into emotion. When you watch TV, it's your brain is taking in emotion. When you're listening to music, emotion. Remember, everything is music. When you eat, it's an emotion, because all five senses are dealt on emotions. It's not logic, it's emotion. Yep. Like when you smell something, it makes you feel a certain way. When you see certain colors, it makes you feel a certain way. When you feel a texture of something, it makes you feel a certain way. You know, everything is based off emotions. And once you can understand that concept with everything else, that, because it's a lot, but that's one of the most significant things you need to understand, is everything is based off emotions, and you can't let your emotions get the best of you.
So, yeah. Mr. Bey, we got about 5 more minutes. Everything you just said, I want to tie into a point that I just realized, and then I want you to drop like a major boulder on our viewers.
Okay.
I mean, something that's going to hurt somebody's feelings, but it's something that we all need to hear. I don't know. And again, y'all, this is not scripted. I don't know what he's going to say.
Listen, I don't even know what I'm going to say, but go ahead. I'll figure it out by the time you finish. I'm going
to just drop an asteroid on the listeners. So, you know what I mean? So the takeaway is I'm trying to think of a word, is intergalactic. So
all right.
you talked about the emotions. You talked about the emotions. And again, we're talking about personal branding, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to tie this together real quick before I let Mr. Bey close this out. You have a brand, whether you know it or not, because you're attending this webinar, and this webinar is personal branding. Even if today is your first day, today launches your personal brand. Now you just got to go public with it. Inside your mind, it's official. Even if you ain't got started. So what I need everybody to understand is, number one, you have a brand. Number two, you have an audience. Even if you haven't identified your audience and you haven't reached your audience yet, there's an audience out there that's interested in connecting with your brand. Mr. Bey talked about the emotions, colors, sight, sound, right? All of these ties into a person's emotion, and this is why logo is important. This is why name is important. This is why colors are important. This is why design is important. This is why a mascot or representation is important. And this is what I need y'all to take away from this. This is where a lot of brands, this is where a lot of people mess up. I'm about to drop a boulder on y'all, then I'm gonna let Mr. Bey drop the what's it called? I don't know. He gonna drop the moon on y'all. He gonna drop I'm gonna drop a brick. He gonna drop a boulder on y'all. This is where a lot of people mess up. It's not the presentation. It's not the presentation that messes it up for you. Anybody can do the presentation. What messes it up is the representation. I need y'all to write that down. I'd like, take this home, take it to heart, take it personal. It's not the presentation that messes it up. And it doesn't matter if we're talking about network marketing, if we're talking about traditional business, if we're talking about you. It's not the presentation of what you have to offer. It's the representation that you portray. Because like Mr. Bey said, before you even know anything about what I do, I need you to know how I'm representing myself. And if you are a good fit for me, now let's talk business. But a lot of people say again, if we're a good fit for each other, because it might not work the other way around. You might be a good fit. It's a relationship. It's emotional. You might be a good fit for me, but I might not be a good fit for you. I might not be your type. We talked about this. We talked about this with leadership. You see success a certain way. You see success a certain way. I wanted to be just like this. I wanted to be just about this money. I wanted to be just about this amount of people. This is success for me. But what if one day, right? Just like a person, just like your crush, you've been dreaming about this your whole life. You've been imagining this your whole life, and you finally get there. You meet success. Success is right there. You introduce yourself. Hello, success. My name is Elite Pierre. I've been looking for you my whole life. I'm here. I made it. And success look up back at you and be like, nah. You're not my type. I mean, and if you've ever been rejected, we grown. Like Mr. Bey said, we grown. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been rejected. My wife didn't even like me when we first met. I had to chase her down.
Confidence.
Mrs. Pierre was not interested in Elite Pierre, not even a little bit. None. None. So success, my dream woman. I got there. I seen her. I knew she was the one. And I spoke and she was like, no, I'm not dancing with you. So obviously this can happen. This is real life. You might get to what you believe success is for you. And if you're not the person that's ready for that, if you're not attractive to success, to what it is that you want, that you're trying to attract, it's not going to stick. They're not going to want you. It's not going to want you. It's going to turn you down. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. So again, I need y'all to take this away. It's not your presentation. It's your representation. How do you represent yourself? How do you represent your brand? How do you represent the information that you are trying to put out into the world? That's what's more important than a product, than a service, than a company, than it's how you represent you is more important than you. I'm gonna say that again. Y'all could quote this on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I need y'all to just tag me in it. How you represent you is more important than you. That's deep. Some of y'all might
got another leader. I got another leader here. Yeah, another leader here. She said, I'm still.
Say it again. Oh, you got another leader? Who's that?
Yeah. This is Miss Charlotte White, one of our top leaders in our company over here as well.
Miss White,
they come through. We work.
Listening to your nuggets. So that I'm not tagging you either. I'm not
tagging you neither. I ain't mad at you.
I'm gonna have her send you a Facebook request.
Yeah. Send me a request. But yeah, hey y'all, we're over time, so I'm gonna let Mr. Akil Bey just drop that maximum nugget on y'all so we can close out strong. Mr. Bey, final thoughts.
Man, I appreciate, first and foremost, man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you inviting me here so I can just add value to what you're doing, man, and just add value to myself as well because, we speak over these webinars, but most people don't realize as we speaking, we're not just speaking to the people that's listening, but we speaking to ourselves because everything that we do is within and then it goes without. As it is above, it is below, so everything that we do, we are, it's a mirror, a reflection in the mirror of what we have portrayed ourselves, and I think that goes along with what you said. You know, how you represent yourself is worth more than even you. You know, and that's really amazing. And with that, I want to add on to what you said with this major thing that a lot of people fail to realize. You are the most important person in not just your life, but your family's life, your past family's life, you know, your ancestors' life. You know, so many people try to look at get amazed by the stars in the sky when it's only, a mirage. You know, it's like a rainbow. You know, it's a mirage. All it is just colors. You know, a lot of people are getting faked out by these fake leaders and looking up to them and scared to talk to them when they put their pants on the same way you put your pants on, put their dresses on the same way you put your dresses on. You know, don't get lost in the sauce. Don't get hoodwinked. Don't get bamboozled. Don't get lost. In the fog, right? Because all it is a mirage. And if you believe in yourself, if you have the confidence in yourself, if you know that you are great, if you know that you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to, and you take and you listen to those leaders, you show those leaders respect, but you don't look up to these leaders like they're God, because they're truly not. They're just like you. It's only one God, and I try to stay away from religion, but I want everybody to know I do believe in God, because I usually don't talk about that on my personal pages, because there's so many different people with so many different beliefs. But understand that you have to know that you are that person, you are that leader, you are actually better than the people that you follow, because the people that you follow need you for them to be the people.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to take note, and then you have to keep those leaders accountable. Don't be scared. If you see something wrong, you need to pick up the phone and call that leader and tell that leader, hey, what's going on with this? Yep. I'm seeing this. What's going on with this? And don't question them on every single thing, but those most important things, because people are going to be following you. And if you teach your people to do the same thing, you're going to have a powerful team. Now, it might take a little bit longer, because most of the world are about negative, and most people will get attracted to negative. And when they come into positive, it takes a bit longer to attract negative people into positive. So it might take a little bit longer, but it's well worth it.
It's well worth it.
It's well worth it, because if you have a solid foundation, well, your business will never fall. So I don't care if you traditional business, I don't care if you just a 1099 employee, I don't care where you may be in your life, or if you're trying to get into business, I don't care what you're trying to do in your life. Know that you are that A player. Know that you are that person of success. Know that you are the starring actor, having the starring role in your movie. Everybody else around you is a co-host. You know what I mean? Everybody else is a co-host. You have to understand that, and don't take that to the point where you have to be arrogant. Be humble, but know that you are, because people follow strength and not weakness, right? And it's only 3 types of people in movies. You got the actual stars, right? You got the co-stars, right? And then you got the extras. and the crazy part, in real life, the extras try to do all the talking. But in the movies, when the extras do talking, all you see is they lips moving. So who's really who?
Who's really who?
If you know you are you, and you know you are great, and you know you have confidence, then you should win. You should know you're gonna win, and you should keep on moving. You should tell people, hey, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna star in my movie. What role do you play in yours?
Wow.
So that's it. That's it, man. I'm excited, man. You got me pumped up, man. I can go a whole nother hour. What's up?
Hey, real quick, I got a couple comments in the chat box. Akil is going in deep from Lonnie Hawkins. Shout out to Mr. Lonnie Hawkins. We got I'm Loving This from Lonnie Hawkins again. We got Preach Akil from Diana. Man, you're getting a lot of love in the chat in the chat box, man.
I appreciate it. Much love, much respect. My contact is right there. Y'all, most of y'all, if y'all don't know me, just shoot me the inbox. Let's chop it up. I'm willing to help you in your current company, help you get to where you're trying to go. Like me and Mr. Pierre talked, like, I think it was a week ago we spoke, and I was like, man, I'm gonna just start doing presentations for people in different companies and helping them close out people for their business, and I ain't even in their business.
I ain't even in their business,
but I'm gonna start doing presentations for any and every company. I don't even care. I'm gonna be a freelance presenter. Yeah. So if you need help on any aspect, go to akilbey.com. You know, click on work with Akil, fill out the form, pick what service you may want. And I'm willing to help. I'm willing to help. Just point blank, period. We could do business, and I'm willing to help because it's two different things. Business and help is two different things. You can help in business, but if you're trying to help somebody, really help somebody, you're not charging them nothing. So I'm willing to help. If I'm willing to do business, then it is a charge to that. But I'm willing to do both, depending on what you want.
Yep.
And that's one thing you need to tell people, and people need to train on. If you tell your team that, they'll respect you more because now they can make the decision what's best for them.
They want to participate.
Yep. You don't have to trick people.
Yep. Speaking of, ladies and gentlemen, now that Mr. Akil Bey just brought up that last point, my final note is most of you who follow me know that I do a branding development coaching. So I just popped the offer in the webinar window for a free 30 minutes coaching session with me. And of course, you're getting a lot of value here on these webinars. Every week, Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have these trainings. They're free. So we want to take it to the next level, and we want to give people the opportunity to take it to the next level. You'll get enormous value from a one-on-one coaching session so we can take your brand to the next level. This 30-minute coaching session, real quick, in closing, I just want to give y'all the intent behind it. It's basically like Mr. Akil said, so we can get together one-on-one and see if we're a good fit for each other. Because 30-minute coaching is not really going to get anywhere far. It's just going to lay the framework and kind of, establish the foundation for a relationship. There's an opportunity for us to actually do business. Let's make it plain, like write a vision and make it plain, right? There's an opportunity for us to do business after the 30-minute coaching session, but that is really for us to establish a relationship and see if you're a good candidate for our program and to see if I'm a good coach for what you're trying to do with your brand. So if you want to take advantage of that, go ahead and click sign up now. All you're doing is just putting your name and email address, and either my wife or I will contact you with our available schedule. We're already booked up all this week, so we'll be taking appointments for next week for the coaching sessions. And if you're interested, go ahead and submit your information, and we'll get together and see if we can find a available time slot to get you in. So if there's any questions, is anyone having audio problems? The audio is coming through clear, Judy. So if you're having audio problems, you may have to just watch the replay or get the podcast. The podcast will be up tomorrow morning. Once I extract the audio off this video, I'll submit it tonight. Tomorrow morning, the audio recording of this presentation will be available on favoredinternational.com, favoredintl.com, or just go to Stitcher.com, Stitcher Radio, Google Stitcher Radio, search Elite Pierre's podcast, and you'll be able to find the audio version of this presentation and the previous weeks as well. My man Elite, said Lonnie in the chat. All right, are there any more questions in the chat? If anybody has any more questions, we're going to wrap this up and close it up. We're a little bit over time, and I promised y'all the webinars would be, at least 30 to 45 minutes on average. But sometimes when we got a guest presenter, we just got to let the spirit take it where we're going to go. So I don't fight the win, ladies and gentlemen. I set my sails.
Yes, sir. I'm excited. I'm just excited for everybody's success because I know this form that you just put together and you've been doing for the past 3 weeks is going to bring great value to the marketplace and help so many people, man. So I'm excited, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
For your success thus far and for your further success, brother. For real.
I appreciate you, man. You're an inspiration to me, Mr. Bey. I mean, you told me last year that you was launching your website. I just didn't know. You know how you don't know till you know? And you see, you were like, man.
Yeah, we got some other stuff coming up. I haven't talked about it yet. There's a lot of other stuff. There's a lot of other stuff. There's a lot of other stuff about the launch, and it's gonna bring more value, to the marketplace, man. And I'm just excited. I'm excited about life.
Me too. We gotta be excited. We gotta be.
Oh yeah, that's a definite.
Well, I got no more questions. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we do this every Monday. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we welcome you to go ahead. If you register for the webinar on the registration page, and usually I have it set up for you to register, pre-register now for the next webinar. I was so excited about having Mr. Bey on the call. I didn't even set up next week's webinar. I didn't even go in the system and create it. So make sure tonight, and look, Lonnie, I'm excited too. Make sure you go into the website. Write this website down. I'm gonna put it in chat. www.favoredinternational. That's FAVOREDINTL.com. Make sure you go to that website a little later on this evening and register for next week's webinar. We may have another special guest. We may just talk about the next topic in the series. But you know, it'll be valuable however we do it. I guarantee that. So register for that. And every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, lock in your calendars. This webinar training series is going to go on indefinitely until further notice. Like every Monday, we're going to be doing this one form or fashion or another, whether I'm in California or in Europe or right here in Columbia, South Carolina. You know, the show will go on because there's a lot of people out here who need this, and we need it too. I need to do this because this is helping me. So that's it. There's no more questions, Mr. Bey. I want to thank you for your time. I definitely appreciate everything that you do and everything that you've done up until this point and everything that you're going to do in the future, man. You've been a blessing to me over the last few years. I'm just excited about what we're going to do 2016, 17, 18, and beyond.
Same here, brother. Same here, man, and much more success, man. I can't wait to see you and the family again, man. We're gonna eat. We always eat good when we see each other, so
yeah,
can't wait to meet again and have a good meal.
Hey, Akil Bey took me to the number one diner in Georgia, the number 3 diner in America, man. And I sat at that table and got fat. I was messing with the waitress. She was like, "You're the only one acting up." Look.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We had a good time, so I definitely appreciate the hospitality. Hey, so last thing, real quick. I know my wife tells me every time I wrap up, I end up keep talking. So when I wrap up, shut up. But y'all hear me laugh in public telling Akil Bey to get active on Snapchat. Y'all heard him admit to it, and he said he's going to do it. So we got to hold him accountable. Tonight, Mr. Akil Bey is going to download the Snapchat, and I want y'all to follow him at One King Bey.
Yeah, you know that's what it's going to be.
I put it in the chat already.
Unless somebody on his take it before I do it.
Don't take it. Don't take it. You better get it right now before you leave the business district. Then he gonna take out his phone. He gonna download the Snapchat app. I need everybody. If you're not on Snapchat, get on there. 2016, 17, 18 is gonna be huge for Snapchat. Why? Go watch some old videos that I promoted. Why Snapchat is gonna be big in 2016. I'll just leave you with this. It's where the attention's at. The attention 30 and under is on Snapchat. You want to be there because you want to be where the attention's at. We'll get deeper into that later on, follow-up trainings. King Bey, One King Bey. What's that? We can't see it. You downloading it? Yeah. Yeah.
Right now.
Follow Mr. Akil Bey on Snapchat, ladies and gentlemen. One King Bey. Send them a snap. If you're not familiar with Snapchat, just go to YouTube, Snapchat for Beginners. It'll tell you exactly how to do the basics.
I will be on there this evening, sir.
I'm telling you, a year from now, you will thank me for making you get on Snapchat. All right?
Outstanding. So y'all have a good evening. I got to get off here.
Good evening, Columbia, South Carolina, Elite Pierre, Atlanta, Georgia, Akil Bey. We signing out. We'll see you next week. Definitely share this video. Invite people to watch this replay. All of you who registered, you'll have the replay. Probably already should have the replay link in your email address. Share that link out, link it up, and let's continue to change the world, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for watching.